Okay, here we go. Today is day 65. It's March 18th, 2010. I would love to sit down, turn this program on, and tell you that I went out to the gym, that ran on the treadmill for 60 minutes, 30 minutes at 4 miles an hour, 30 minutes at 4 miles an hour with multiple micro sprints. I would love to tell you that after that, I went out and lifted weights and did a um, full upper body circuit. Unfortunately, I can't. I decided that my day off was going to come a day early. So that's the plan for tomorrow. I'll have to double up on upper body. Usually I try to do it on nights I know I'm going to have food. You're going to burn it off in anticipation of the food. But yeah, so tomorrow, get to the gym and get that taken care of. I'll take Saturday off, and hopefully Sunday I will be unsore enough to repeat the performance. Dinner was an evening out with the Durham Bears. They ended up going to this Cajun place over in Durham. Wasn't a lot on the menu. Cajun food is just so carbohydrate heavy. Rice and this, fried on that. So ended up opting for a chicken salad. Really, really wasn't impressed. It was grilled chicken, and it was just on the grill to the point where it became chicken jerky, just dry, tough. Yeah, not impressed at all. This was one of those meals where I was there for the company, not the food itself. Um, Definitely cannot hold a candle to what we had at Nosh on Wednesday. So um, that's where things are right now. One of the reasons I didn't get out to the gym, there was an episode. I got involved in gay drama on Facebook, gay political drama. It's not like romantic shit. And I'm digesting a few of the barbs that were thrown my way. I suspect that at some point in time over the next day or two, I'll probably sit down and do a little reflection on them. It's not so much that they hit a trigger, it's that they hit one of the mechanisms that I've been hearing from tired queens for 20 years now. You know what? Fuck, I've got 2.5 minutes in on this. I got 10 minutes. One of them tried to play the self loathing card on me. Here's the 2 second synopsis of what happened. For those of you who don't keep up with gay politics, Dan Choi, the guy who was kicked out of the military last year, Arabic translator, ultra valuable to the military, decided to out himself as a political statement and got thrown out on Don't Ask, Don't Tell. He has since tried to basically turn himself into a professional activist, which for Don't Ask, Don't Tell is fine for me, because that was where he made his stake from. But he pulled a stunt today where he basically tried to hijack another group's publicity, and when that backfired on him, got everybody together, all of these tweeters, all of these bloggers together, got a couple cameras, and chained himself to the White House, and surprise, surprise, he got arrested. Gee, can you figure that out? You chain yourself to the White House. People are surprised. Secret Service surrounded him, the police surrounded him, he was taken away and arrested. Go figure. So I was speculating on a radio talk show host's Facebook page. My question was, when is he officially going to declare himself a professional activist? Think about people like Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. That's their self crafted job. They go out and they seek controversy, they court controversy so they can generate fake outrage because fake outrage lines their pockets. Dan Choi, I see the exact same thing happening to him. I see him becoming another Cindy Sheehan. Cindy Sheehan, that whole summer of, what was it, '06? That was her thing. She was a professional activist. I have issues with people who use the gay community for those ends. I have issues with people who use gay activism for those ends. Speaking as a gay or at least bisexual male, we do not need a Jesse Jackson in this community. We do not need an Al Sharpton. We are never going to have equality so long as you have people who are going out, stirring the waters, and profiting from it because they know that if they want more money, they make more fake outrage. So, anyway, I make this comment. It was just one comment, wondering when he was going to declare himself a professional activist. That is to say, as soon as Don't Ask, Don't Tell is revoked, is he going to wait and give a speech The day after? Is he going to give a speech that day? And at what point in time is he going to say, well, I know that I came to fame riding the coattails of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Don't Ask, Don't Tell is done, but my fight's not over. I'm waiting for the book deal. I'm waiting for the expensive speaking fee tour, just all of the crap that I've seen for the last 19 years now. Um, so anyway, of course, all of the I was like dogpiled by 4 or 5 political queens, and it's amazing to me how low people will stoop when you arm them with the anonymity of something like Facebook, where all you have is a profile to look at, all you have is a picture to look at. It didn't take long before one person basically came in and said, well, it's very easy for some of us to sit on our fat asses and do nothing. Now, gee, I wonder who they could be referring to. You think? So I challenged on that. When I came out, I was reared by militants of the mid to late 80s. The people who shaped me as an activist were people who were involved in ACT UP, they were involved in Queer Nation. Um, they believe that our community uses the rainbow because that rainbow signifies diversity, that we're all equal, we're no more special, we're no more different, we're no more important. Our differences make us unique as a community. And I have issues with gay men in particular who fall back on body fascism and social beauty myths as a way of creating division. When I came out in college for 3 years, I found myself constantly being um, segregated and pushed aside because I was the fat kid, and oh my god, a bunch of twinks, the last thing they want to do is be around a fat guy. So I found myself constantly being pushed to the side of the gay community. I have issues with that. So here's this guy who basically makes a fat slam to me, and I called his shit straight out on that. And I had about 2 or 3 people try to come to his defense. Go figure, either twinks or people who are into twinks. Now, what was interesting was the fact that one of the people made the comment, so he called you a fat ass. It's a common phrase. Everyone says it. But if you follow gay politics, one of the big things that gets everybody in a tizzy is the fact that kids today will use the phrase, that's so gay, this is so gay, he's so gay, she's so gay, this is so gay, this mouse is so gay, this drink of Crystal Light is so gay. And the idea is when you use that word, it demeans people who are gay. So there's been this big push in the gay community to try and challenge people when they say that. So here's this guy who's defending what's basically sizeism, anti-fat bias, by saying, so he called you fat. Everybody says it. And I hit him right back. I said, this is what people who have been trying to defend the use of that so gay have been saying for 20 years now. There was that whole South Park episode that revolved around the whole idea. So eventually, the best thing that they could say was, well, you're just self-loathing. You hate yourself because you're fat. You look for reasons to discount yourself because you're fat. So it's kind of had me thinking about that whole idea, with regards to my weight, with regards to my body image, my self-conceptualization, because I've always seen myself as a fat person. At some point in time over the next, what is it, 64? 36 days, no, 65, 35 days, I'm going to sit down and kind of do a little identity reconstruction or revisitation of identity. So for me, I've always been a fat person. I've always seen myself as a fat person. And one of the things that I've had to do over 37 years is learn to love myself as a fat person. And I think that whole idea of self-loathing, and in particular giving into self-loathing, has kind of put me in this yo-yo position. So it was kind of interesting to see somebody try and play that card on me when I've been doing this deconstruction process over the past several years of really questioning why I let that self-loathing put me in these positions, and eventually disarm it so it's not an issue. So I'm going to use this to set the stage for future entries. I've got about 15 seconds left before I disconnect. So this was day 65, March 18th. I've got 35 days left on this. Tomorrow I'm getting my fat ass out to the gym, and hopefully I will have good news when I get back.